Hi and good morning. Today we're going to talk about how to do your own audios, how to create audios and how to save them, how to export into MP3 versions, and just do some easy editing. I promise it's easy and it's fun and it's a great way to share stories, narratives, interviews, etc. So first I'm going to introduce you to software, an open source software, which means free for us, called Audacity. And you want to go to audacityteam.org, and I'll leave that link here below. And the first thing you want to do, of course, is download it. And if you look over here on the left side, you can download for Windows, Mac, or Linux. Of course, I will click on Mac. And then you just go. From here, you just click the top one is fine. You can use the DMG file, and that will download and install. Now, before I show you how to use it, I'm going to tell you one more thing about Audacity. Let's go back here to the main page where it says features. The thing about Audacity is, and if you're not on that page, you can go here, about features. MP3 is a copyrighted technology, so they don't export to MP3 without another installation. So go down here to where it says import and export, and you're going to go right down here, export MP3 files. That's the kind of file you want to be using. It's the easiest. That's what you get when you go to many different, like if you download a song, etc. So you want to click on there and follow the instructions. Here's for Windows and here's for Mac. And it's really simple, I promise you. It's not that difficult. Just follow the instructions. It says right here, download page. So you would click there. You don't have to read all the rest of it, I promise. All right, so once you've got it installed, open it and look, this is what it is. It's very simple. It's just a little tiny beautiful little recorder. Let me just close some of this other stuff back here so that you don't have to be looking at it. I'm going to show you something on iTunes in a minute, but let's just quit there. All right, so here we go. There's my little Audacity recorder. It's so cute, and it's super simple. So here's the record button. It's the little red button. Here's the stop button. This button goes to the beginning, this button goes to the end, and there's a pause. Here is your project rate. I'm going to click on there. This is the number of hertz. It goes from 8,000 all the way up to 96. And what you need to know is that not only is this changing the quality, like if you went down to 8, it would be lower quality. At 96, it's higher quality. But it also changes the size of the file. So for our uses, let's just leave it here in the mid-range, 44,100. I believe that's the way it's set if you do nothing. A couple more things. If you go up here, this is the input, and I'm sorry, this is the output. So if it's too loud, you can adjust there. And here's the input where you adjust your microphone. And I'm going to just leave those as they're already set. We've got this right here, we've got this pointer, the selection tool selected. The selection tool is selected, and I'll show you why we do that here. So basically we've just left everything the way it was when we opened it. And let's just make a little recording here. Hello, I'm making a recording, I'm making a recording. Then I can pause, and if you pause, you probably want to leave a little silence in between so that you can cut that out if you need to, or if you know that you paused at just the right place and you want to start again, then you can start again. There, I left a little space so you could cut that out if you need to, and then when you're ready to stop, you just hit stop. All right, so remember this button gets us back to the beginning, so let's click back to the beginning. And these are the little WAV files. This is my voice, and let's just make sure it's working. You hit the space bar to play. See, there we go. We can use the space bar to start and stop, or we can use these buttons. Cool, huh? And like I said, we've got the selection tool selected. Now, you can just, if you make your recordings perfectly, which I try to do because I don't like editing, you can just export here. And you would go up to export under File, and you go down here, and MP3 is one of your choices. Okay, so you can save as. Let's just put test. We'll put it on the desktop so I remember to export it. Oops, it already exists. Okay, never mind. No, let's go back here. Test 12. Save. Now this is a nice thing to do. You put the metadata in. This metadata would be, for example, like I play all my MP3s back in my iTunes. So if I put my name here, say you're doing something for a course, track title would be test. Oops, test. And the album might be Elegant Online Courses. And you do this because then anyone who's using some kind of playback system like iTunes or anything like that will have this data in there. And when they go to search for it, they'll find, if they search on my name, they'll find all of my different courses. If they search on Elegant Online Courses, they'll find all of the MP3s in that album, meaning in that course in this case. So all of the ones I've done. So you just want to say, okay, that's probably enough. And 2400 is nice. It's kind of mid-range, high quality. There, and now it's exporting, and I'll find that file right down here somewhere on my desktop. Let me see where it is. It's being exported right now. Cool. So that's it for this. This is pretty simple. Now, the other thing you can do sometimes, okay, so say we've got, let me just use this bar here to move over here. Remember this blank space we had in here? We can highlight like this, and then you can go up here to edit, and you can cut, and that cut out that part. Sometimes you'll probably want to do this maybe at the beginning or at the end of something you're working on. And if not, you can just, if you want to do, say there's just a piece you want to keep, but you want to get rid of everything else, you highlight that, you go up here to edit, and you do trim, which means to keep only the piece you've highlighted. You can also go to edit and undo. That's always nice too. Perfect. So then when you're done, you can save the file and you can export it. And you want to export it to an MP3. How simple is that? Now, the other thing you can do is if you already have a piece of audio, you can come up here and open one, and you go and look for some kind of audio that you have on the desktop, right? And or wherever it may be. And then you can edit that. And let me just cancel here. That's nice because you can edit any piece of audio in here. You could add some audio to your slideshows. You can create a little intro with music. It's really flexible and easy to use Audacity. Okay, so one more thing is, I've often told you that you can use your iPhone or your phone to make a recording, right? Well, the new iPhone operating system does not create MP3s, so they're a little bit harder to work with. For example, if you're using Instant Teleseminar, that requires an upload of an MP3. So sometimes you really need that. So let's say you have a recording. You just want to load it into your iTunes, which, as you know, on a Mac, you just drag something to iTunes to load it. So you just drag it over there. Just cancel this, it keeps bugging me. So let's say it was this beautiful Adele song. And then you just highlight it, and you go up to File, and you go to Create New Version, and it says Create an MP3 version. So that's what I do with my iPhone files. I upload them to my computer, and then I put them in iTunes to create an MP3 version. Once I do that, then I can load them into Audacity and edit them. All right, so I think that's all you need to know about using audio. And there's all kinds of fun ways that we'll use it, but that's how you create and do a simple bit of editing. Thanks so much. See you next time.